The Nintendo DSi, released in 2008 for Japan and the year after everywhere else, was the first Nintendo handheld to have a digital storefront. The DSi shop allowed you to download games and apps to your DSi, like Cave Story, Flipnote Studio and Mario Calculator. Really? 3 years later in 2011, Nintendo would build on this with the 3DS and its digital storefront, the Nintendo eShop. The Nintendo eShop again had both games and apps, and also video, which is a great fit for the 3DS since obviously you can take it anywhere. Thanks to the 3DS's increased capabilities, you can now purchase and download full 3DS games that were also available on cartridge, while also having loads of digital only games on there too. During this time, streaming services like Netflix, Hulu and YouTube were really gaining popularity, and it wasn't long before they appeared on the Nintendo eShop. The 3DS's iterations of these streaming services proved to be popular enough to last most of the 3DS's life, with Hulu and YouTube shutting down in 2019 and Netflix holding out until 2021. Japan also got Nico Nico, which launched on the 3DS in 2014 and shut down in 2023. Nintendo weren't unfamiliar to streaming services too, having made the Kirby TV channel for the Wii in 2011 and Nintendo Video in the same year for the 3DS, which shown content of various genres, like music videos, movie trailers and full episodes of TV shows. It was 4 years later in 2015 that Nintendo decided to launch the Nintendo Anime channel, exclusively for the 3DS. In Europe and Australia only though. The service allows you to watch a decent variety of anime series that usually had a game it was based on for the low cost of nothing at all. No subscription fee or adverts unless you count the Nintendo eShop link present on the bottom screen at all times while watching something. This was probably their motivation to make the Nintendo Anime channel. We have all these games on the 3DS that have anime series, so why not use those anime series to promote the games? The way I see it is that if you're a fan of, say, Kirby like I was, then hey, a free and legal way to watch the series. And for things you haven't dipped your toes into yet, trying out an episode or two of Yokai Watch, say, would be a good way to gauge your interest before buying the game. But there was some anime on there that didn't have game tie-ins, like The Legend of Zoro and The Great Adventures of Robin Hood, so when watching they would promote the Inazuma 11 movie, which you could buy on the eShop. So why were they added then if they had nothing related to promote? Well, these two specifically were the last things added to the Nintendo Anime channel judging by all of the European Nintendo Twitter accounts, having their announcement being the last thing they said about the anime channel, so their addition was probably just because they're good series anyway, while also being based on already popular fictional characters. Crayon Shin-chan was also on there at some point, and if I had to guess, the bottom screen would be promoting the Shin-chan episodes you could buy on the eShop. Anime that was streamed on the Nintendo Anime channel include Kirby Right Back At Ya, Inazuma 11 and some future seasons, various Pokemon anime, Kid Icarus Uprising, one of the Monster Hunter series, and Yokai Watch. It also apparently had Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which I'm not so sure. Obviously, being available in Europe means you have to cater to a variety of languages. English, French, Italian, German and many more, which is why the Nintendo Anime channel supports multiple audio tracks. No matter what region you were in, you could watch in any language assuming it was available, but excluding Japanese, which I can understand. Like, how many people in Europe speak Japanese? Oh, but they could add subtitles, I hear you say. But sadly there was no subtitle support whatsoever, not for a single language. Since the launch of the Nintendo Anime channel, the selection of anime did change from what I remember. Not every anime was on there all the time. I remember wanting to watch Yokai Watch, but nope, wasn't there anymore. Same with Kirby Right Back At Ya. All the things I do for an English Blu-ray release. In 2018, Nintendo was ready to pull the plug on the Nintendo Anime channel. The Switch had already been out for over a year and it was time to focus all effort on it, so they started leaving the 3DS behind little by little. October 31st, 2018 was the day the world said goodbye to this extremely valuable service, and it will forever be remembered for helping me pass time on my nan's dining table late in the evening. The Anime channel is now just another app that sits there, reminding you of a better time, but serving no purpose whatsoever. Or is it? Some people have made a homebrew exploit to get back on the app, but since Nintendo isn't streaming any of those videos anymore, you have to add your own. So basically it's just a video player, but whatever, anything to try and relive those old days. Since its closure, Nintendo hasn't done many things anime related with its properties, sadly, despite saying they'd like to in 2017. Sure, Fire Emblem gets the odd short and Pokemon is still going, but they're not entirely Nintendo owned, as far as I know. Nintendo does have a lot of manga based on its titles, however, some of which finished quite recently and some are still going. Just recently I was in Forbidden Planet and I saw some manga based on the Zelda games in the Wind Waker and DS art style. Like, think how cool an anime in that style would be. In 2022, they did acquire Dynamo Pictures, a 3D CG animation studio which they renamed to the aptly named Nintendo Pictures. In the years before Nintendo's acquisition, they helped with CG on a lot of games and anime, but sadly nothing in the way of traditional 2D animation like most anime series. Since then, there's been no word of anything of the sort as far as I know, but hopefully with Nintendo's push into the movie market with the Super Mario Bros. Movie and the upcoming Zelda live action, they'll be more trusting with their properties.